Your quiver is a stash or a tickle trunk full of snowboards so you can be prepared for anything the weather throws your way. Most people only have one snowboard, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've been in that boat for many years. So they tend to get one snowboard that can kind of do it all to a certain degree. However, if you're lucky enough to own more than one snowboard, you're typically going to fill your quiver with different styles of snowboards. Q is for quiver, and this is A to Zed Snowboarding. Back in the day, there was pretty much only freestyle boards and carving boards, and almost everybody I saw at the hill was on a freestyle board. Carving boards were pretty much just for racing. As snowboarding progressed, new categories emerged as riders specialized and wanted more precision in their snowboards. Examples of snowboard categories are freestyle, freeride, all mountain, powder, and carving. And sure, most boards can be ridden in most conditions. They'll all have a specialty or a focus where they really excel. Freestyle boards are typically focused on the terrain park with twin tips, jumps, and spins in mind. They try to make riding backwards feel the same way as riding forwards. Freeride boards are more focused on off-piste, trees, and bowl riding. They have a long nose shape and a bit of a shorter tail. This is probably the shape most people think of when they hear the word snowboard. All mountain boards typically split the difference between those two with a directional twin tip shape. Sure, they can spin off a jump and glide through the trees, but both will take a little bit more work than a specialized board. Powder boards usually have a long exaggerated nose and a short cut-off tail. Often they'll even have a bit of a swallowtail cut out in the middle of it. They're perfect for surfing the deep stuff and having fun, but they'll often struggle when you get back on a groomer. Carving boards are focused on getting up on edge, trenching long turns, and staying on the groomers. They typically are very long with a narrow waist and a long side cut. Most carvers will set their bindings at a posy angle. My quiver, if you can call it that, consists of the Burton Air 6, the Burton Floater, and the United Shapes Cadet. The Air hasn't been on the snow in 25 years, so I'm not really sure it counts. But it was my only board for more than a decade, and it is amazing and I love it. There are times when I kind of want to get a binding adapter for that thing so I can take it out for another rip. Maybe. The Floater is a big wide directional twin beast. That extra width is great for my big old feet, and it handles powder pretty well too. It's basically turned into my early season and late season board when the rocks are poking out all over the place. The Cadet is my new go-to freeride board. It's quick edge to edge, it's playful in the trees, and it likes the powder too. Basically, it's a fun all-around snowboard. Plus, you can tell it's a bit of an old school shape and style, which suits me pretty well. Next up, R is for